Hi, welcome back to Layton's Hollow. Today is a little bit of a different video. It's not really about homesteading. Well, I guess kind of in a offbeat way. For me, I think it's our responsibility. People have a little bit more than other people, or we're fortunate that we have nobody sick or, unhealthy in your family. So this week, I'm building some crafts or some bird feeders, which is what I usually do in the summertime for craft shows and stuff. I had a few people reach out to me and ask if I would donate some of my artwork for an auction for a couple young girls who are, one is in the hospital and one's a mom that just had her house burnt. So I think it's very important that we give back to our community. Rebuilding is a couple of woodpeckers, or not woodpeckers, but hummingbirds with some flowers on them. So yeah, this is going to be like the gable, the ends. This is two pieces that are going to go together like this. Spacers in between, and it's going to be a bird feeder when it's all done. See, this is one. I'll show you this one. This is going to be a woodpecker too. And you can tell, when I do these, I do them freehand. There is no template, no nothing on these. I just take them to my bandsaw, put two of them together, and just run them through, and that is what it is. So yeah, they work quite well that way. I like them because they're all unique and different, and everybody has something that's a little different. Oh, that should be a little better. You guys should probably see this a little bit better. So that is my hummingbird. Okay. So now I got the little birds all burnt, the hummingbirds. Now this, I have to put the two sides on this. It's a little bit tricky, but not really that big a deal. Because it's so cold up in the barn today, my glue is really thick. It's not cold enough to make it freeze or anything, but it's pretty cold. You can tell. You can actually see my breath here. So I'm just putting wood glue on here. I don't want to put too much. I don't want too much of it squeezing out. So you can see that one side is round. So what I'm actually going to do, because it's rounded, what I'm actually going to do, let's see if I can get this in here so you guys can see what I'm doing. I'm going to line it up with the top edge and then push it out, and then what I'm actually going to do is in the center of this, I don't know how well you guys can see it, it's hard for me to show you this in the camera, but I'm going to line it up in the middle. See where the edges are sticking up, and it's lined up in the center. So we're going to keep it there. Lay it down, readjust it if you need to. Now, okay, so now we actually have the rectangular done. So you can see it's sticking out on both sides. This side is the center that's got to come out. I'll show you guys how I actually do that. Now, I can't bring you too close because this is a bandsaw. And my bandsaw adjusts just enough that I'm able to cut that depth. Now, because this is a fine blade, a trim blade in my bandsaw, it doesn't cut pretty good stuff very off. So it's cut. You can see how I managed to cut that off. That's just on the bandsaw. Now to finish it, to make it look properly, or to make it look good, and to flush it out so it's lines up perfectly, is I use a belt sander. Now I could do this stuff like this because I've been doing it for, oh, hang on, let me move you guys around, I can't really show you in there. So yeah, I've been doing this for years, so I'm pretty used to using power tools in my hands. I mean, I wouldn't do this with a blade of any sort, but this is just a belt sander, so. So yeah, that's going to be the Hummingbird feeder. That's one side. I do the same on both sides. Because that's why you do a left and a right when you make these guys. The thing I want to do is spend money on bird feed to feed wild birds. I don't know, my glue bottle is kind of clogged, I think. I have to kind of take it apart a little bit. Get it cleaned out, but oh well, this will do for now. Because I have to get 2 of these done today. And nailing them on is pretty tricky as well. Make sure there's no dust. Because you have to be careful how you nail them on with the brad nails. Even though they're like really small finishing nails, that's going to be going in here. But if you're not careful, it can still split the wood. I'm not sure if you guys can even see what I'm doing. So yeah, I put half-inch brad nails in these. So you can't hold the gun tight to it, because if you do, because brad nails countersink, the countersink will actually split the wood. So I always let the nails stick up a little bit. Then, after that's done, I take a countersink and sink them myself, just so that the nail is flat. See, you can't see it because it kind of disappears in there, the burnt part. And this way, you don't split. That one's a little bit too high. There we go. See, that one was starting to split that little bit. Because these things are so thin, they're only about 3/16 thick. Some of them are even a little bit thinner than that. go. That's one side. Right there. Yeah. I'll show you how I do this with my torch. That's one side. See, that little bit of burn pops the hummingbird and the flower out. Makes it look pretty cool. And when I put the roof on it, okay, so we got pretty much the base unit done. Screwed on. Yes, I always sign my work. Now the hardest part when you're building a birdhouse like this is because you have to have a way to get the feed inside the hollow space, right? So it comes out the bottom. So you can see there's little gaps all the way around the bottom, so that when you put your bird feed in here, it actually comes out the bottom and the birds can pick at it that way. The hardest part is, let me see if I have a piece of wood here where I can actually make the part that I need to make, but I gotta make sure I have enough material. See, what I'm actually going to do, I'm going to show you now. Pencil. I think I left my pencil over there, which I'm always doing. Okay. So what I have to do is make a mark to where this piece is on this side. Because you don't want the entire roof. You don't want the entire roof to come off, because it's not necessary. So what we do is we mark this. See, this is the actual shape of the roof that's there, and we did put a pencil mark on the unit itself. It's right here. So now what we're actually going to do is actually nail the slots on this first. So I'll show you guys exactly how I do that. A lot of this stuff I do by eye, because I've been doing it a long time. Like I just go, okay, that's center, and I nail it on. Sorry if I'm hamming your way, ain't I? So here we go. Usually what I try to do is to get them to sit over top about 1/8 of an inch or so. Try to keep my gun at a little bit of an angle because these strips are pretty thin. They're about 3/16 thick. And if I don't keep my gun at a little bit of an angle, they'll put the nails right straight through this thing. And you don't want it doing that. Sorry if I'm blocking you guys. Let me see if I turn this way. Because I have to get at it at a certain angle, or it just doesn't work. See, I'm going up to where now, that's where my pencil line is. Now this last one I always put 2 nails in this last piece here because it just helps better. Now this is the piece that I'm going to go cut on the bandsaw right now. That's one side of the roof. Done. Now push it back down. This side, same way. I'm not sure if the video is even still recording. Okay, so that's actually the bird feeder itself. That's actually what it's going to end up looking like. But now I got to put the top on it. The reason I'm taking the roof off to nail it is so that I can see the angle of my nail, so that I can make sure the nail actually goes in to where I want it to go. If I just did it from the top, I wouldn't be able to see the proper angle. So if I do it this way, I can line my gun up exactly with the angle of the piece of wood that I'm nailing into. That way the nail do not come through anywhere. So yeah, this is one bird feeder. I got a few more I got to get done. This one I'm going to lacquer it now so that it's dry, because I want the lady needs it for tomorrow for the auction, so I'll have to get it sprayed today. So yeah, if you like the video, I know it's a pretty short video, but if you liked it, maybe consider subscribing. Hit that bell notifications so you don't miss any of upcoming videos. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think of these birdhouses. I've done a lot of these over the years, and I would really appreciate your feedback. And thanks for watching.